Have you ever watched someone in their late 70s or even 80s walk down the street with energy in their steps, a smile on their face, and not a hint of struggle in their movement? Meanwhile, someone younger, maybe just in their 60s, is leaning heavily on a cane, out of breath after a short walk. You can't help but wonder, how is that possible? What's the real difference between these two people? It's not magic, it's not luck, and it's certainly not just good genes. The truth, my friend, is far more hopeful and far more in your control than you might think. Many of us assume aging is just a slow fade, less strength, more pain, and a life that gets smaller each year. But what if that wasn't true? What if there were simple things, tiny daily choices, that could completely shift how your body and mind feel as you get older? Not expensive treatments, not miracle cures. Just real habits that strong, joyful people over 60 are quietly following every day. And today, I'm going to walk you through 6 of the most powerful ones I've ever seen. Stay with me, because your body still remembers how to feel alive, and it's not too late to show it how. If this message speaks to you, tap the like button and share this video with someone you care about. It might change their life too. Number 6, deep sleep. There's something magical that happens when you finally get a full, restful night of sleep. The kind where you wake up and your body doesn't ache, your mind isn't foggy, and you actually feel ready to move. But too many people over 60 have quietly accepted the opposite, tossing and turning, waking up every few hours, and dragging the day like a worn-out battery. We often think, that's just part of aging, but it's not. Poor sleep isn't something you're supposed to live with. It's something you can gently, naturally improve. You see, sleep isn't a break. It's your body's repair time. While you rest, your brain is sorting memories, your immune system is resetting, and your cells are healing from the wear and tear of the day. When that sleep is shallow or broken, the damage builds. You feel more tired, more forgetful, more irritable, and your body starts to carry that tension in your heart, in your joints, and in your mood. That's why good sleep is more than comfort. It's protection. And it's often the first thing that turns everything else around. Let me tell you about Michael. He's 67 from Colorado, and for years he believed bad sleep was just something he had to live with. Every night he'd wake up 2, 3, sometimes 4 times. He tried medication, but it left him groggy. Finally, a friend suggested something simple. Change the routine. Michael stopped using screens at night. He dimmed his lights after 8 p.m. and stretched quietly before bed. Within a few weeks, everything changed. I didn't just sleep better, he told me. I felt like I got my brain back. And Michael's story isn't rare. When your body gets deep sleep, it functions better in every single way. Your memory sharpens. Your blood pressure stabilizes. You stop needing naps just to get through the afternoon. Think of sleep like your body's nighttime gardener, trimming, restoring, and preparing you to bloom the next day. And the best part? It costs nothing, just a bit of care. Create a cool, quiet bedroom. Stick to a regular bedtime. Avoid heavy meals and caffeine late in the day. Small shifts, big difference. Because here's the truth no one tells you. Your need for sleep doesn't disappear with age. Your body still wants and needs to rest deeply. And when you give it that rest, it thanks you in surprising ways. So tonight, instead of falling asleep to the TV, try something new. Treat your bedtime like an appointment with your best self. Dim the lights, slow your breathing, and let your body remember what true rest feels like. That's not giving up, that's powering up. And it could be the first step to everything else getting better. Number 5, social connection. We talk so much about diet, exercise, and sleep, and yes, they matter. But there's one powerful ingredient for aging well that's often overlooked. Human connection. It's not just about having people around. It's about being seen, being heard, feeling like you matter. As we get older, it's easy to pull back. Friends move, family gets busy, and suddenly, days go by in silence. You might think, I'm used to it, but your body isn't. Loneliness doesn't just feel heavy. It wears you down from the inside out. Science backs this up in ways that are hard to ignore. Studies show that chronic loneliness can raise your risk of early death as much as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. It increases inflammation, weakens your immune system, and speeds up memory loss. You might think you're managing fine, but your heart knows when no one checks in. Your brain knows when no one says your name. And little by little, your energy fades, your sleep suffers, and even your motivation to care for yourself begins to shrink. I'll never forget Carolyn's story. She's 76, a widow from Arizona. After her husband passed and her kids moved out of state, she stopped going out. "What's the point?" she said. "I didn't think anyone would notice if I disappeared." Then one day, her neighbor invited her to a book club. That 1 hour a week changed everything. She started laughing again, remembering things better, looking forward to tomorrow. "I didn't realize how much I missed hearing someone say my name," she told me, with tears in her eyes. Connection doesn't require a party or a big family dinner. Sometimes it's a walk with a neighbor, a phone call to an old friend, volunteering at the library, saying hello to someone at the grocery store. These moments might seem small, but to your body and mind, they're life-saving. They lift your mood, sharpen your focus, and remind your soul that you're still part of the world. Because no matter how old you are, you still deserve to be included, to be loved, to feel alive in the presence of others. So if you've been feeling a bit lonely, don't wait. Reach out. It doesn't matter who makes the first move. What matters is the connection. Your heart is hungry for it. Your brain works better with it. And your future becomes brighter because of it. Life isn't meant to be lived in silence. You're not invisible. You still have stories to tell and laughter to share. Pick up the phone. Say hello. Join the group. Let someone in. Because one connection could be the start of everything changing for the better. Number 4, strength training. Let's talk about something we don't often hear enough. Staying strong. Not just strong in spirit, strong in your body. Because here's a truth that surprises many people over 60. It's not age that makes you feel weak. It's muscle loss. And that loss begins quietly, long before you realize it. One day, standing up from a chair feels a little harder. Then carrying groceries gets tiring. Suddenly, stairs feel like a mountain. But it doesn't have to stay that way. You can rebuild. You can feel steady again. There's even a name for this slow loss of strength. Sarcopenia. Sounds like something from a science book. But all it really means is your muscles are quietly shrinking. And that's dangerous. Not just for your independence, but for your safety. Because weak muscles lead to falls. And falls lead to fear. The kind of fear that makes you stop walking outside or play with your grandkids. But here's the hopeful part. Your muscles are waiting for you. They're not gone. They're just asleep and ready to wake up. Let me introduce you to Alan. He's 74, a retired mailman from North Carolina. After a minor fall at the supermarket, his doctor gave him a wake-up call. You're losing muscle, Alan, and that's what's putting you at risk. Instead of giving up, he got to work. No gym, no heavy weights. Just 5 minutes a day at home, wall push-ups, light arm lifts, and gentle squats near the kitchen counter. In 3 months, Alan was steadier, stronger, and smiling again. "I didn't think I could feel this good," he told me. Strength training isn't about building big muscles or impressing anyone. It's about keeping your freedom, about being able to get out of a chair without struggling, to carry your own laundry, to walk with confidence. And the exercises can be simple, using your own body weight, lifting cans of soup, using a chair for support. Twice a week is enough to start. What matters most is that you keep at it. Every rep, every move sends a message to your body. I'm still here. I still want to live well. And guess what? That message gets through. Your bones become stronger. Your balance improves. Your posture straightens. And maybe most importantly, your confidence comes back. Because when you feel strong, you act strong. You try new things. You smile more. You say yes instead of I can't. So next time you hesitate to reach, to lift, or to walk, remember this. Your strength isn't gone. It's just waiting for you to show up and say, let's begin again. And it starts with one simple movement. Today. Number 3, mental fitness. There's something we don't talk about enough when it comes to aging, your mind. Everyone reminds you to move your body, eat well, and sleep deeply. But your brain, it needs movement too. Just like muscles shrink without use, the brain gets sluggish when left idle. And the signs would be subtle at first, forgetting names, misplacing keys, losing focus in conversations. It's easy to brush it off, but behind those moments could be a deeper truth. Your brain is asking to be exercised. The good news? You don't need to enroll in a university to keep your mind sharp. In fact, the best brain workouts are simple, fun, and free. Reading a novel, solving a crossword puzzle, playing a game that challenges you just enough. Even chatting with a friend about something interesting lights up parts of the brain you don't use when scrolling through the news or watching TV. Mental activity is like oxygen for your thoughts. It keeps everything flowing and fresh. Martha, 70, from Minnesota, told me something beautiful. After retiring, she felt herself slipping, not physically, but mentally. I just wasn't all there, she said. So she started reading every morning, doing a word puzzle after lunch, and this surprised me, taking a beginner Spanish class at the local rec center. It felt silly at first, she laughed, but it woke up parts of my brain I forgot existed. Now, she feels more alert, more cheerful, and more like herself again. Learning something new doesn't just pass time. It builds new brain pathways. That could mean painting, playing an instrument, or trying out that new gadget your grandson gave you. It doesn't have to be perfect. What matters is that it's new. When your brain encounters new challenges, it responds with growth. It strengthens the connections that support memory, focus, and clarity. And even better, it gives you a sense of joy. Because growing doesn't have to stop at any age. You're never too old to stay curious. So here's the question. How are you feeding your brain today? Not just with food, but with stories, puzzles, conversations. Anything that makes you think or feel something new. Your memories are treasures. Your curiosity is a muscle, and your sense of self deserves to be protected. So open that book. Call a friend. Try something you've never done before. Because your mind isn't fading. It's waiting. Waiting for you to remember how alive it still is. Number 2, healthy eating. What if I told you that your plate is one of the most powerful tools you have to feel better after 60? Not a new pill, not a fancy machine. Just the food you choose every day. It might sound too simple, but the truth is, what you eat sends messages to your body. Some foods say heal, others say hurt. And as we age, those messages get louder. That's why food isn't just fuel. It's information. And it's one of the few things you control 3 times a day, every day. Evelyn, 68, from Arkansas, didn't think much about food. Breakfast was toast, lunch a sandwich, dinner from the microwave. Fast, easy, and, as she later realized, draining her. Her joints ached. Her blood pressure crept up. I thought it was just getting older, she said. Then her doctor looked her in the eye and said, "You're feeding disease, not health." That shook her. So she made one simple change: more fresh vegetables. Spinach at breakfast. Carrots at lunch. A colorful salad at night. It wasn't a diet, it was a decision. 6 months later, Evelyn had lost 15 pounds without trying. Her blood pressure dropped. The fog in her mind lifted. She wasn't counting calories or giving up all treats. She was just eating closer to nature. Foods that looked like they came from the ground, not a box. Real food, real change. Because when you feed your body with intention, it responds with clarity, energy, and balance. It starts healing. And you start remembering how good it feels to feel good. Here's the truth. Processed foods, the salty snacks, sugary cereals, and ready-made meals, might be convenient, but they age you from the inside. They inflame your joints, dull your memory, and make it harder to move with ease. On the other hand, leafy greens strengthen bones. Omega-3s from fish protect the brain. Whole grains keep your energy steady. Even staying hydrated with water, herbal teas, or lemon slices supports every system in your body. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just better. So take a look at your fridge. Is it building the future you want, or holding you back? You don't need a strict diet. You need real food, not for weight loss or willpower, but for freedom. Freedom to move, to think clearly, to enjoy life. One fresh meal, can be the beginning. Add color, add life, make it count. Because eating well isn't about rules. It's about respect for the body that's carried you this far and the years that still lie ahead. Number 1, daily walking. If there's one habit that stands above the rest, one simple act that can change everything, it's walking. Just walking. No gym, no gear, no special training. Your body already knows how to do it. And yet, many people over 60 have stopped. Maybe their knees ache. Maybe they're afraid of falling. Maybe they just got out of the habit. But the body doesn't ask for much. It just wants to move. And walking, more than any other habit, keeps it alive, flexible, and strong. Let me tell you about Raymond. He's 73, a retired mechanic from Ohio. A few years ago, he could barely make it up the stairs. My legs felt heavy. My mind was in a fog. I figured that was just age, he told me. Then his doctor gave him a simple order: walk. Not run, not join a gym. Just walk 10 minutes a day. That's it. So Raymond did. At first, he shuffled around the block, slowly, but he didn't stop. And now, he walks 2 miles every morning. No more cane, no more back pain. Just a man reclaiming his strength. Walking does more than move your legs. It wakes up your entire system. Your heart beats stronger. Your lungs expand. Your joints stay mobile. And your brain, it lights up with oxygen, boosting memory, mood, and clarity. Studies have shown that 30 minutes of walking a day can cut heart disease risk by up to 40%. That's not a number. That's your life. More years, better energy, and freedom to keep doing the things you love. Walking is an exercise. It's medicine. Gentle, powerful, free. And you don't have to walk far, or fast, or alone. You can stroll after dinner, pace the hallway during commercials, walk with a neighbor, and catch up on life. Every step counts. Every movement says, I still care. And the more you walk, the easier it gets. The stiffness fades. The breath deepens. The world feels less distant. Because walking doesn't just strengthen the body. It lifts the spirit. It gives you time to think, to feel, to be present. One foot in front of the other. That's how you build a better future. So if you've been still for too long, let today be the day you lace up your shoes and step outside, even for 5 minutes. Let your body feel the breeze, the sun, the ground beneath you. No pressure, no rush, just movement. Because aging gracefully isn't about speed. It's about showing up every day with intention. Walking is a habit that meets you exactly where you are. And if you begin, you might just find that your body and your life still has miles of joy ahead. You've just discovered 6 powerful habits, not complicated, not expensive, but deeply life-changing. And here's the truth. You don't have to do them all at once. You just have to start. 1 walk, 1 fresh meal, 1 good night's sleep. That's how real change begins. Not in a rush, but in rhythm. And your body, even now, is listening. It's ready to respond. Because no matter your age, your story isn't over. There's still so much strength, clarity, and joy waiting ahead. We often think of aging as a closing door, but what if it's a doorway to something better? A chapter where you finally have the wisdom, the time, and the right tools to live with intention. These habits are not rules. They're invitations. To feel better. To move with ease. To laugh more. To remember your best moments and make new ones. You've earned that chance. And every small choice you make is a vote for the life you still want to live, fully, freely, and with purpose. So ask yourself, what's one habit I can start today? Not tomorrow, not next week, just today. Could you call a friend? Stretch before bed? Add spinach to your breakfast? These aren't minor things. They're messages to your future self. Messages that say, I care about how you feel. I believe in what's still possible. Because the truth is, your future self is already thanking you for every thoughtful step you take right now. And if you're wondering whether these habits really matter, look around. Look at those vibrant 80-year-olds still walking strong, still laughing, still living. They didn't get there by luck. They got there by choosing. And now it's your turn. You don't need a perfect past, just a willing present. Because aging well isn't about avoiding time. It's about making the most of it with every breath, every bite, every step. One last thing. Before making any big changes to your routine, especially if you have a health condition, please talk to a trusted healthcare provider. Your safety comes first, always. This video is here to inspire, not to replace medical advice.